I take a day to just edit the rough of it. I call it the skeleton, which is just all the clips.
It's very difficult as a beginner, even as a seasoned person, to get into the game industry. Any job you see that's good.
This guy's gonna make the game.
Introduce you to the amazing Samantha Kelly's Princess Peach. Together in Austin, so that's amazing. How does it feel to be here as a group, appearing together, all of you, like appearing as your cast?
The single-player experience is what I'm all about, and because of this, I love games like Final Fantasy, Zelda, and Metroid. Just as I play these games alone, there are times in all of these games
Like any good music, like good is good, funny is funny, entertaining is entertaining. So shut that down now, probably too. That'll be then the headlines will highlight. And you imagine like how many people were victims. A few minutes. Yes. So, did Toys R Us put the TV display? Did that have anything also to do with it too?
Yeah, I just take clear.
How many of you guys played this way back in the day? Yeah, there we go. How many of you guys consider looking at the other screen cheating? No way, man. That's a skill. I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. So let's see if they can figure out how to pick up weapons. So hyper aggressive. Here it is. Oh my gosh, one more hit. Oh my God. All right. Bring it in. All right, this is Tim. You might know his voice from a couple different games.
Boom shakalaka! Welcome to NBA Jam. Hey, this is altitude with attitude. You gotta have attitude up here.
That would be really fun. It was very much a labor of love, and she's my baby, so I'm glad you all really like her.
This weekend, I hope you're having a good time. We've been so lucky to get this band here today. I have tried for years. It means to all of us. So very happy to introduce Classic Game Fest, Charles Martinet. Go ahead and tell you a little bit about himself and how he got started in this business and connected to Mario and Nintendo and all the stuff that we know about him. And then we'll do some questions from the audience. Hey, Super Mario!
Oh wait, I forgot. Mommy said say something nice, you brat. Everybody cheated me. Baby Mario, Yahoo! Hi. I'm very happy to be here. And David said it took a while to get me here. I'm very sorry about that. But hopefully I can come back and be invited again because hospitality, and Austin in particular, hospitality, the people have been absolutely wonderful. I'm so grateful for that. I always start by saying, thank you for Nintendo for giving me the opportunity to play so many great characters. It's given me an incredible life, and I wish for you, everybody, that you find what you love to do, and that you pursue that heart's destiny. Follow your heart. Do what you love to do, because life is short. I'm telling you, I'm tall, I'm 6'3", but life is short. You've got to be grabbing it. You've got to be enjoying it. You've got to be creating memories, because it all happens faster and faster. Well, that was great, but I know you can do even better. Let's try again. And it was like, thank you. That's exactly what happened in my heart. The real heart would be loving, caring, honest, loyal, loyal, always faithful, always true, brave, and optimistic, you know. I never crash auditions. I'm a professional actor, and where do I go? And I went and I crashed this audition, and that's how I got Mario. But I was 35, now I'm 70. Hey, well, well, you see, I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Please travel the world and meet the most wonderful people in the world like you. It does pay well. When the phone rings, it says, "We like what you do. We want you to come in there." You're not going, "Ah, good job, ah." Thing, you know, every day, do something creative, do something productive, do something that is new for you. And that's the only way you can really start slowing time down. But it's also the way that you explore and are ready for anything that comes. As far as the city of Boston, I'm not that intimate with it, but the food is really great. I wish I could go to La Barbecue, but you know, my assistant's not been feeling well, and I'm you know, we have this terrible habit, we eat Uber Eats instead of going out into the world, but it's so much easier, we're so exhausted when we leave here. I happen to be an extremely flaming liberal, so it seems like a very good Luigi, you know, Mario's my favorite character because he was the first one. But Luigi's my favorite character to be because he's very, very silly, you know? When I autograph, I go, "Ho ho!" And then I look at it and go, "You look like uh-oh, but it's upside down ho ho," you know? I don't know why, you know, on these days, Luigi's mustache of authenticity. That way you know it's me. Otherwise, could be anybody, you know? And I love that he's afraid, but he always goes through his fear to do the right thing. I tend to be more Luigi. My brother was more Mario, you know? And then what I go back to? I would go back to Odyssey, and then I would hope to do another Odyssey, or I would go back to Sunshine, because that was a game and a direction that I absolutely fell in love with. And I saw the, you know, they do the setup with the pork pipe, and I see kitty cats, and I'm like, this looks like fun, you know. I go into the session, and you know, and it's like, okay, you know, no, a kitty cat, power up a kitty cat, you know. I'm like, meow, meow, thinking, oh, that's so cute, that'll win, you know. And then, you know, the next day, the notes come from Japan. Very, very nice, but a little bit stronger. And I'm like, meow, meow. Next day, very nice, but a little bit stronger. And we did this back and forth until I'm like, meow. Very, very nice. Okay, so that's everything more, a little stronger, you know. So,
In Midterm Runner, how did you create the voice of Charles Martinet?
I'm Charles Martinet, and you're not. My favorite Mario game to voice in. That's an easy one. Yes. Everyone was just absolutely joyful, happy, loving experience. The creative teams I worked with were tremendously supportive and loving, and you know, it was just a big love festival for me every time I did a game. And they all have great memories, but for different times in my life and different things. Thank you, though. It's a lovely question. So thank you all very much for coming. I'm sorry, I don't know how to stop talking very quickly, but thank you so much. It's such